Dr. Mike Okonkwo, the presiding bishop of the Redeemed Evangelical Mission, TREM, is one cleric who rarely dabbles into politics matters in the country, but who does not mince words with when he chooses to. 2 days ago, he was his usual self when he spoke with select journalists, including The Guardian's Onyedika Agbedo at the TREM headquarters in Lagos on the state of affairs in the country. He condemned President Muhammadu Buhari's style of governance, especially the manner of his appointment and his handling of the security situation in the country, warning that the situation in Afghanistan was a big lesson for Nigeria. Okonkwo also lambasted the governors of the Southeast states for losing the confidence of the people, condemned the indigenous people of Biafra for beating the drums of war in the Southeast, and stated why he does not want an Igbo man to succeed Buhari in 2023. He also spoke on the qualities Nigerians must look out for in people that will present themselves for the number one position before making their choice. The talking point of the country now is the level of insecurity. You are renowned as someone who doesn't mind words anytime you hold an opinion. You voice it out. What is your take on the state of the nation right now, vis-a-vis the security challenges bedeviling the country? That is the question we put to him. And he said, well, it is only somebody who is blind or dishonest that will say that he is satisfied with how the country is now. For me, I think the nation is going through a period of gestation. Something new has to be done or has to be born. We have gone round this mountain long enough and it is not working. To be honest, something is fundamentally wrong in the way we have operated since our independence in 1960. We should be doing better than we are doing now. In fact, at times you feel ashamed to call yourself a Nigerian. Few years ago, we said Ghana must go, but today Ghana is far ahead of us in their national development. Our educational system is run down, security is run down, and economy is run down. Everything is leveled to the ground. Everyone is on ground zero. So definitely no one will say that he or she is satisfied with the situation in the country. I mean, people are afraid. They cannot travel. You cannot confidently go to your village. The insecurity has gotten so bad that they can even invade our mori and carry arms and nothing will happen. Then where do we turn to? The most recent was the invasion of the Nigeria Defense Academy (NDA) in Kaduna by bandits. If these people could walk into the NDA and kill people and escape, then where do we stand? Kaduna happens to be a very stronghold in terms of military presence, and these things are happening there. So there's no more hiding place for people, and we should seriously look into it as a nation. I was watching the Minister of Labour when he was being interviewed in terms of doctors that are leaving the country, and he said for him, it does not mean anything. I was shocked. How many doctors do we have in Nigeria for him to say we had surplus? We have surplus, but we go to hospitals and we be looking for doctors. That is also the situation at the health centers. I told myself that this man must have been living in another world, not in Nigeria. We are having brain drain. People are leaving the country, and when they get out of the country, they excel. That shows that Nigerians are resilient, brilliant, and know what they are doing. It is a matter of having a system that works in the country so that the citizens will be able to reap the benefits of what God has endowed Nigeria with. The other day, a woman was crying out over the state of the hostess at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where she went to drop her daughter to resume school. I couldn't believe my eyes as she was showing the hostess that students were living in to study. And I asked myself, is this a higher institution or learning, and we expect them to turn out to be best for us? For people to even live in that type of environment is a shock. So there's rot everywhere you turn. So the state of our nation is becoming very scary. In fact, at times I ask myself how the people in the National Assembly see themselves. You are supposed to be in the National Assembly to pass laws that would be beneficial to the nation. And these things are happening in your eyes. And you go to the National Assembly walk back home and sleep. You don't take drastic actions or decisions that will address those issues. Well, but Bishop, you said Nigeria is going through a gestation period, and that something new has to be born before the country can move forward. What is the new thing you are envisaging? He said, if you notice, there's strong agitation that the entire federal system we are operating should be looked into. And from my understanding, it is even in the manifesto of the ruling party. I heard that it is the number one item in their manifesto. Pastor Nnamdi Bakari, who was part of the drafting of their constitution, said that it is the number one point in their manifesto through federalism restructuring. Now the question is, why has it not been done? So there is agitation from every area. Initially, it was the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. It is no more IPOB alone. Oduduwa people and the Niger Delta fronts are also saying, look, we are tired of this contraption called Nigeria, which was not the case before. So definitely when there is such agitation all over, the truth is that people who are trying to either sweep it under the carpet, run away from it, threatening people are wasting their time. Threatening people and wasting their time. We must come out, we must come to a point where we look at the country and redress the present situation we are in, because that is where there is tension everywhere. There is lack of trust everywhere. Nigerians don't trust anything again. They don't even believe in the government any longer. So obviously this is an indication that there is something that has to give way for another thing to rise, and that is where we are going. I believe that there is need to give birth to what will be beneficial to the entire land, so that every region will develop at their own pace. I mean, we can't continue with this type of mediocrity. So what are your thoughts on the situation in the Southeast, where there seems to be two governing authorities, the state government on one side and the IPOP on the other side, as evidenced in the recent sit-at-home ordered by the IPOP, which was obeyed by the resident despite a counter-directive by the state governors? He said, let me first say that the reason most people sit at home is not that they necessarily want to obey the IPOP. It is simply because they are afraid as IPOP will threaten them. They will tell you that if you do this, they will kill you or burn down your home. Who wants to be the scapegoat? So I would rather say at home, I don't want their trouble. The other day, they sat at home. I saw somebody who was cooking in front of his house, even though the streets were empty, and they came and poured away that he was cooking. There were people who had their drinks on their corridors, and they broke all of them. When you do that type of thing, why do you want to come out? Does that mean that I am respecting your orders? No, it is the threat to life that makes you people to obey, or that makes people to obey. And that is what I have been saying. Much as I know that the state government have not played the way they should play, they are supposed to be the voice of the people and stand and address issues that have to do with them. The Easterners have lost confidence in the governors. That is why they are looking for a new voice that will lead them. I am not a strong advocate of IPOP for one singular reason. One reason cannot be final authority in a thing, or one person cannot be final authority in a thing. No other person can make any suggestion. If you make any suggestion, you are under fire, no matter how good your suggestion is. That is wrong. It is almost becoming a dictatorial issue. So it is difficult to accept that one person cannot be the only custodian of an idea, and a lot of them who are jumping up and down did not see the Nigeria Biafra war. They never saw it. I think that even Nnamdi Kanu was born after the war or during the war. So he was a boy who didn't know anything. One of the songs they used to sing in those days was Ojuku, give me gun, let me go and kill Gohan. It is easy, is it easy? Gohan is still alive today. Let us be real. War is not a good experience. When the bombs began to land, no one will tell you to run for your life. So people don't understand the implication of war. There will be no medication, no food, and everything you have labored for over the years will be lost. The implication of war are so much that you don't want it. If you can have an alternative, no matter how long it takes, sitting down around the table and discussing your issues is the best way, then then why is it that the sitting down has not been yielding positive results? We say you will lose, there will be no food. Do we have food? There will be no medical this thing. Do we have this medical care in this country? Are people not losing all they have worked for? People who have worked all their life, now they are kidnapping their people. They will sell everything they have to go and bail, to go and rescue their people. They will still borrow money join. So what kind of life? And you are suggesting that people should sit on the round table. Then why is it difficult that the sitting down on the right table, on the round table, is not working? And he said the reason why he does not want Igbo presidents to succeed Buhari, that he just wants quality, somebody who has the qualities of a leader, somebody who is devoid of ethnic sentiment, party sentiment, tribal sentiment, or personal interest. Any person who will be devoid of those things and see Nigeria as his or our constituency is my ideal leader. If we are still going to have the situation where people are tied and bound with ethnic sentiments, I don't need such, because it will be the same story, nothing will change. Just like I've been saying, is it just for the Igbos to go and fulfill, just to mark time? Oh, we have been there. This is when we need overhauling. Somebody who is going to be there, and just like he said, that will be devoid of all those things, because that is what people are pushing for, because they will go there. If you don't have the right person, it's still going to be the same problem again and again.